Hi. I'm just gonna very quickly record my thoughts on the new One Piece chapter. I literally just finished reading it about 30 seconds ago, and I feel usually I'm like, oh, I'll do a few rereads and figure out what I have to say. But I feel like I've got it. I feel like I've got it this time. It might be a little rambly because I just read it, but my feelings are like as good as the story is. I'm feeling so much dread because I know exactly what's going to happen here. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. That's happened many times before. Oda completely proves me wrong, and that's great. I love when he does that. But I think what's going to happen here is clear from my perspective. Like I said, I could most definitely be wrong, but I think that what the Holy Knights are doing right now, they're, essentially wreaking havoc and destruction and creating chaos. It seems like is it Killingham or Quillingham or something? The weird Kieran one. It seems like he has some sort of I feel like almost Oda is recycling the ability he created for Uta or Utah, or however it's pronounced, in Film Red, and sort of recycling a form of that ability. Wait, did Uta die in Film Red? If she died, I'm trying to remember. If she died at the end of Film Red, it could technically just be the exact same fruit, because he could have eaten it after that. But I doubt it. I think it's just a sort of a recycling of a similar ability. So he's creating this sort of dream nightmare escape to create chaos, or he's bringing the nightmares into real life. But it seemed like all the kids were asleep, so it was hard to determine. But I think Oda will probably end up explaining it. It seems like a similar kind of fruit, but I think I think the tragedy here, and I'm discerning this from one particular line, and it could have just been an issue of the translation, but there's a point, when it cuts to Loki, and he says, if you want Elbaf to be safe, break off the last chain. And I think what the people he's speaking to are going to interpret this as is I'm gonna wreak havoc and destroy everything if you don't free me. But I think what it actually means is, he is the only one that can stop all the shit that's going on. He can sense it because of his insane levels of hockey. And I think the tragedy here is going to be that maybe Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji and some of the that group will understand what's really happening after they have some sort of scuffle with Loki. But I think what the tragedy here is really going to be is that the Elbaf Society is going to blame all this destruction and havoc on Loki, and it's going to create just oh my god, what's it called? God, I'm totally blanking on the expression. Self-fulfilling prophecy, essentially, furthering. I feel like Loki's life is going to be, when we get this flashback, it's gonna be so fucking tragic, because I feel like I could totally be wrong, but I feel like my interpretation of the character so far is that he's there's a fire drill. My work parking lot is near a school, so I think there's a fire drill happening at the school nearby. But anyway, I don't know if that's picking up. I don't know if you could hear it, but yeah. So I think it's going to be really we're going to see that his life is sort of a self-fulfilling prophecy thing, where that's not the word. That's not the expression. I'm totally blanking on the expression. Where is that? It's where, because everyone I'll just explain what I'm thinking. Everyone sort of everyone has this reputation of Loki, and because they have this reputation, they keep attributing things that happen to this reputation despite any good he might be trying to do. And I think that's really what's causing the issues here, and I think that's going to be the tragedy of his character. I think he actually, my interpretation, at least so far, is that deep down he has a good soul, but he's just being completely beaten down. It's going to be very similar to Robin, I think, and I wonder if they're going to have a connection over that. I would really like to see that. Yeah, I'm not going to beat the dead horse of all the Zoro stuff that's been going around in the community, especially since it didn't really come up too profoundly in this chapter. But yeah, go watch Melon T's chapter reviews, and there was another great video. I can't remember the channel's name, But if I remember, I'll link the video. It was a really good analysis of how Zora's been behaving these past few chapters. Yeah, I don't know. I am gearing up for Loki to be one of my favorite characters. I just feel, if my hunches are correct and what I've been thinking is true, I can definitely see me connecting with this character really strongly. But there's no really way to tell. He could be a villain. He could be a villain. It's all the rumors and everything could be true. I doubt it, just because of how Oda writes and like the themes he likes to push forth in his writing. I would say that's probably not the case, but I could most definitely be proven wrong. You might just want to have a traditional villain, for the arc, but I feel like the Gods Knights are kind of doing that, so I don't know. But anyway, I feel like we're really gearing for a tragic situation, and I just hope like some of the Straw Hats, maybe the monster trio that's there right now, are able to like, realize what's really going on with Loki, if that is indeed the case in the narrative. So yeah, I'm about to sneeze. Sorry. Yeah, so I guess those are my kind of quick thoughts on the chapter. Elbaf is shaping up to be incredible so far, and I love the shift from like everyone's partying to like DEFCON. Is DEFCON 5 the high? I don't even remember. Like level 10 emergency in with the course of one chapter. To go back to what I was saying last week. I just think Oda's pacing has been really good in this arc. I think like he's going at the pace he needs to finish the story in a reasonable amount of time. Because I feel like if this were Wano, like this amount of content we're getting in like one chapter. Would have been split up into 2 or 3 back in Wano when Oda was sort of taking his time. And I think he's sort of realizing, like, I gotta wrap this up if I want to have, like, if I want to live longer, because it's really, medically, it just must be, being a weekly mangaka is, like, one of the most taxing jobs of all time. So, yeah, I think those are my thoughts, kind of. I love the continuation of the cover story, Yamato kicking some ass, like Yamato hitting Who's Who. It's like my 2 favorite Wano characters kind of like colliding. I don't think they had any. Did they have any interaction in the actual Wano arc proper? I can't remember, but I don't think they did. So it's gonna be cool to see that now. Yeah, I think that's my kind of thoughts. Bye.